and welcome back to Leisha Online. My name's Leisha Toy, and this is a space where I meet people from all walks of life who tell me their stories. I chat to people from charities to TV producers, and a lot of the time we discuss different issues through the lens of the arts, so I really hope that you enjoy.
Okay guys, so 3, 2, 1.
Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to my podcast, Leisha Online. I've got a lovely new setup today and a lovely new guest as well.
It's a beautiful setup.
Yes,
you know.
we're in Killing Studios today and I am joined by Ali Syed, and you might know him better as Belfast street photographer. Your videos have gone completely viral on TikTok and Instagram, so thank you for being here. Would you like to introduce yourself to the podcast?
Thank you very much. Actually, as you know, my name is Ali, and originally from Pakistan.
Yes.
I moved to Northern Ireland about 14 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, from Pakistan, I went to Manchester. I
Mm.
lived in Manchester about a few years. That's why I've done a few courses about photography and all that, and I started my career as a photographer. I wasn't as a photographer, like a trainee, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few companies. Then I moved to Belfast about 14 years ago. So altogether in UK, I'm 16 years, you know.
Right. And why did you pick Belfast then from Manchester?
That was-
You prefer the city, do you?
Actually, I'm originally from Karachi in Pakistan.
Yes.
That's a huge, big city.
Mm-hmm.
It's like massive. I would say maybe 10 times bigger than Belfast. But I was living in Manchester. It was really good. It's a mixed community between Pakistani, Indians, all Asian
Mhm.
community, you know. Then I had a friend. Friend was living here already in Portadown.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't in Belfast. So I just came here for holidays, you know. So I walked around in cities in like Portadown town center, and I felt like it's very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice, you know, because when you walk around, everybody say hello to you. You know?
Yeah.
I said never seen something like this in Manchester.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a busy place, you know. That's why.
So when you then moved to Portadown, what in you then felt that you should start the photography? Had you done that in Manchester previously and done the street photography, or was this?
No. Street photography completely was different.
Mhm.
You know, I only started street photography like probably just a year and a half ago
Yeah.
in Belfast. I was a wedding photographer, trainee wedding photographer. You
Mhm.
know, I was just holding the lights, you know, something like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I started doing the photography, like as a lead photographer in weddings. So I've done loads of weddings in Manchester, Asian weddings. I've
Right.
done loads of weddings in Dublin as well,
Mm-hmm.
few in Belfast. And then I thought like, you know, wanted to try something different. You know, I was taking pictures of sometime people, sometime on the streets, sometime on like just go on like mountains, you know.
Mm.
Then I was like, I want to try something different. You know, what should I do? One day I was just scrolling down on the Instagram, just like reels.
Mm.
The one video pop up, like, you know, the one guy was talking to somebody. It was somewhere in America, you know.
Maybe like Humans of New York or something.
Yeah, something like this.
Yeah.
You know, he was talking to somebody. Hi, my name is
Mm.
this, you know, and I'm a street photographer. You look amazing. Can I take your pictures? And he took a pictures and he showed the result at the end. I said, look, I can do something like this as well.
Yeah.
Why not just give it a try?
Yeah.
Because I never seen anybody was doing in Belfast.
No.
before.
You were the first. Yeah, you were the first one to do it, and I'm sure it was daunting to put yourself out like that as well. Tell me kind of about the process of you
I was really
beginning
scared.
your Instagram and thinking this is what I'm gonna do.
It was really scary at the start, you know. I wasn't in. Actually, I don't live in Belfast. I live in Portadown.
Yes.
So I started in Portadown first.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh,
First.
I'm sure that was a different
Oh my
experience.
God. So for first, I would say 3-4 days, I was going to the town. I was just very scared
Yeah.
to approach people.
Yeah, I'm sure.
As soon as I approached people, like, hello, my name is Ali, they were like, who are you? Like,
Yeah.
you know, what do
But
you want?
now you're like a household name. Everyone knows
I said,
you.
who are you? What do you want from me? I said, like, let me explain who
Yeah.
I am. And they were thinking I'm trying to sell anything, you know,
Yeah.
because probably they never experienced something like this before. So then I said, look, my name is Ali and I do street photography, and what I do, like, you know, I do it completely for free.
Mm.
So at the end, if you send me a message or give me your email, I'll send the pictures to you as well for free. But they were like, no. So
Yeah, I couldn't picture that and put it out.
I never pick anybody from, like, I almost approached 10 people and 0 yeses.
Yeah. Oh.
So very disappointing. Then I said, like, no, I don't want to do street photography.
Mm.
Then again, I came home. I was just scrolling down again. I've watched this kind of videos again and again. Then I thought myself, okay, well, give it a try again. Then I thought like, why not just go to Belfast, because Belfast is a multicultural, you see like loads of students from
Definitely.
different countries.
Lots of
Loads
great
of
cultural
tourists,
organisations, yeah.
So happy days, like I came to Belfast one day, I parked my car, just walked in the city hall, in front of city hall. I just watched the one couple was sitting there like a teenager, and just outside the city hall, and I approached, hello, my name is Ali and I'm a photographer, because they already saw my camera in my hand and the GoPro on my chest, They're like, yeah, I want picture.
Yeah.
That was the first ever yes, in
Was that
Northern
just
Ireland.
after lockdown then?
Just after the lockdown.
Yeah.
No, not after the lockdown. I think so, 2022.
Oh,
2
right,
years ago.
okay. Wow, and since then you've amassed such a
Yeah.
following. Has that kind of experience changed for you now? Is it still as authentic? Because when you approach people now, like there's a viral video of someone going, I know who you
Yeah.
are. Everyone kind of says, oh, I know you. So has that experience changed for you now, or is it still as authentic?
No, I'm very happy. Like when I walk around even like, there's no camera in my hand.
Yeah.
If I go to the Belfast city centre, although I don't live in Belfast, I hardly come to Belfast once a week, maybe once in a 2 week or
Yeah.
something. At least I find 4 or 5 people they stop me. That's amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Being a foreigner, being a Pakistani living in Northern Ireland, completely different culture, different world,
Yeah.
and people start to recognize me, which is make me feel so feel like my home, to be
Yeah.
honest.
It's amazing. I mean, Belfast is so multicultural. I'm not sure if you've seen. I did an interview with Arts Acta, who did the Belfast Mela Festival
Yes,
every year?
yeah.
So I interviewed them, but it's so nice to see kind of the changes in Belfast throughout the years, and it's a city obviously with a troubled history. So what kind of is your perspective of Belfast now? I mean, like what your work is shining a positive light on the city. Why do you love Belfast?
See, to be honest, people thought about there was a troubles in the back in the days. I don't know, because when was the trouble? Because I
Yeah.
only came here 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Since then I never faced any trouble. To be
Yeah.
honest, I went to Shankill for photography.
Mm-hmm.
I went to like Falls Road.
Yeah.
I went to both sides
It's
of
great to hear.
Belfast and never met
Yeah.
any person like he says anything bad to me.
Yeah.
You know.
It's amazing. Yeah. And so what do your family say about all this then?
Well, yeah, family is very happy.
Yeah. Good.
Very very happy. My brother in back home, my sister-in-law in back home. They always watch my videos. You
Yeah.
know? And I wish my mom would be alive. That she would be happy
She'd
to
be
see.
proud, yeah. Tell me about home Karachi in Pakistan.
Yes,
And
Karachi.
you visited not too long ago. I thought the photography was beautiful, very stark differences to Belfast. I mean,
It's
tell
a
me.
different culture basically,
Tell me
different
about it.
different culture,
Yeah.
different atmosphere. Basically, it's totally different.
Mhm.
Like when you cannot compare Pakistan to here.
Yeah.
So it's my own city, It's
Yeah.
my hometown.
Yeah.
When I go on the street, I wanted to show something different,
Yeah.
That's why I went like a small, I've seen like a small kids, They
Mhm.
basically they're learning. This is learning. This is kind of like it's not a school, I would say. It's like a internship. They are studying in a school as well. And at the same time, they are working in a. Sorry. They are working in a like a motorcycle, like a bike shop or something.
Right.
They're trying to learn something. So I always wanted to show because they came from a poor family.
Mm.
I wanted to show their story, what they are doing,
Yeah.
how they're struggling. And see, since while I was living in Pakistan, that thing wasn't really appealing to me because I was living there.
Yeah.
I'm sure like if you will go to anywhere else for holidays, their culture would be like you want to know about their culture, what's happening, this and that. So that's since I'm living here, I came when I was only 21.
Mm.
So I missed out all this my time.
Yeah.
So then when I went to Pakistan, I felt like something very new to me
Yeah.
in Pakistan. Like why not just approach this?
Were they happy to get photographs then?
Oh yes, they were so happy. They were
Did you
so-
show them your videos? of
Actually, I sent them
Belfast? Yeah.
I sent them the pictures
Yeah.
as well. They were so happy, and it's a little thing,
Yeah, and take me back then to that process of when you were moving from Pakistan. How did it feel like to be coming to the UK then, and knowing you probably were leaving that part of your life behind for a few years? What was that
It
process?
was really hard, as
Yeah.
a student. First of all, it's really expensive.
Oh yeah.
People think even back in the days was really expensive. People think that it's easy to move around, move countries. But for me, it was really hard. I came from a very middle class family.
Mm.
We wasn't really rich, wasn't really poor, but was
Yeah.
a middle class family. So I came to studies. So my family a lot of money on my studies, and then I don't want to ask my parents to like send me more money to even rent the house here or anything. I was working few jobs, 2 3 jobs, at the same time I was paying my fees on my university, and I was try to like accommodate my accommodation as well in between, and was I would say those 3 years was really tough.
Yeah.
Like I was working, I still remember, like that you just go to the doors and you just put the leaflets on the doors, like newspaper.
Yeah.
I worked there. I worked there as well. I still remember, like there was a snow, like 1 feet of snow. I had to walk to work
In Manchester.
in Manchester. Yeah.
Wow.
So, but again, like I believe on hard work. I'm sure
Mhm.
everybody believe on hard work.
Yeah.
If you hard work, then success will follow you.
And what did you come to study then? Was it photography that
Yeah,
you came to study?
Actually, like I finished a degree in Pakistan,
Yeah.
BA honors
Right.
and visual studies.
Yes.
So since then, I was working as a trainee in
Mm.
Pakistan as well as a photographer. Then this opportunity came in Manchester. I said, "One should I go? Should I actually I wanted to go I applied for 2 3 universities, 2 3 colleges, back in Malaysia as well,
Yeah.
and Australia and England.
So then what drew you then about like kind of visual arts then? What was it that made you think this is what I want to do?
It was always in my mind. Like I always wanted to be creative, be something to do. That art, because that's why I choose. Basically, in visual study we learn like a lot of things. Like we study 3D modeling, graphic designing, photography, videography, editing, and all that. It was like 4 years degree, but I picked the photography. That was just so appealing to me. So then I said, as I said earlier, then I moved to Manchester. So did few courses. Then I met like nice people, very very helpful people. Then there was a company called I don't remember the name, ZA something, media productions.
Right.
Then I approached them through the email. They get back to me, and then I worked for them for almost 2 years as a assistant wedding photographer, then lead wedding photographer. Then I moved to Belfast.
Right.
Sorry, Northern Ireland.
Yeah. And then as a child, and you hear of people who go into creative careers, and then they kind of will talk about the creative things that they did as a child. So were you quite a creative child then? Were you into arts and things?
I don't think, no, not at the start. Since I went to the a school, like if you have a different school system, like here, you year 1, year 2,
Yeah.
we have a different system,
Right.
Like you go to like 10 classes first, then you go to college, then you go to university. While I was in college, then I always wanted to learn about the camera, then of course, like back in the days, couldn't afford the cameras, it was so expensive.
Yeah.
So my friends had a cameras always, so I would just borrow the camera from them, and then just go to the weddings. Basically, the family weddings and all
Yeah.
that. Just take the pictures of the people there for free, basically.
Yeah.
Just borrow the camera from friends. Back in the day, there wasn't a digital.
Oh,
camera.
so you did that all for free then? You just
Yeah.
was that for the experience then, or just because you loved it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Not for the experience,
Yeah.
but actually, back in the day, there wasn't a digital camera.
Yeah.
There was a film camera, if you
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
So you have to buy the film. I borrow the camera from my friends and buy the film.
Is this in Pakistan then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aw.
So I did family weddings for free. For the start, picture was crap.
Oh really? Did they tell you that?
Well, no, because you cannot see the picture. See,
Yeah.
nowadays you just take a picture, you can see
Yeah.
but back then you take a picture, you can see it afterwards. You have to go and negative to positive, and then you can see the pictures.
Yeah.
So my picture was crap, and I'm like, it's okay then.
Aw. Do you still do wedding photography then?
I
You
still do
did
it, yeah. I still do it. Actually, through the social media, since I got kind of famous or whatever you call it, people start to call me, message me on if you want to cover my wedding or something like this,
And how do you want people to feel then when they kind of consume your content, like especially the videos and the storytelling, people sharing their stories, and especially the Belfast photography? What is it that you want kind of for it to come across when you make your content? How do you want people to feel really?
Whenever for example, if I just approach anyone, if I approach someone, I really want them to tell me just something about themselves, any positive thing. Nowadays like world is so many bad things going on around the
Yeah.
world. So I wonder if they are watching their own video or somebody else watching their video, at least they can smile, you know. And then of course the pictures at the end, I put a lot of effort. People think like, you know, sometimes you just click the pictures, you know, and that's it for it. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't work like this. It's just hard work. You have to go home, edit their pictures in 2-3 softwares and all that.
I must say, like, you can see people's faces light up when you approach them. I was telling you a story earlier. I have a friend, and we were talking. She was in Belfast the other day, and she seen you, and you walked right past her with the camera, and she thought, I was flicking my hair and everything. I thought, like, I look great for a photo, but so what makes you decide that someone is like, that's the person you want to photograph that day? She'll be raging I said that.
You know, to be honest, like, you know, if somebody's in rush,
Yeah.
walking so fast, I thought they are in rush. They are going somewhere. So
Yeah.
I try not to approach them. If somebody is sitting somewhere, you know, or maybe having a coffee or just walking, or I don't know, just something unique, like, you know, I wouldn't say like, you know, just somebody like, you know, it can be anyone, you know,
Yeah.
just somebody like maybe somebody have like a nice hairstyle, you know, piercing or tattoos or something.
Yeah.
If not, if it's still not, doesn't matter. Like, you know, as I said, if somebody is rushing around, walking like fast, maybe waiting for the bus, I try not to approach them
Yeah.
because I know they are like in rush. They might say no,
Yeah.
but it's just like anyone. To be
Have you
honest.
had people say no and then you have to go and delete the footage of
Yeah.
Because I did street interviews when I lived in London. I was doing like basically interviews, it was about dating. It was like for a dating app, and so many people just see you with the camera and the mic and they're like, no, I don't want to do it. So I wonder, like in Belfast, I'm sure you got some
People like, you know, say
Phone
no.
people.
Yes, but nowadays if I approach, I would say 10 people a day, 7 or 8 of them say yes.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes what happen if I take a pictures of someone, even although like, you know, I ask them their permission first, although like I only upload like 1 minute video as you see, but I talk to them for more like 5, 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
They tell like what's going to happen, what's going on in their life and all that.
Yeah.
But sometimes they go home and they message me on they
Say not-
DM me like,
yeah.
please do not upload my
Yeah.
video. So I still have like, I would say, loads of videos that I haven't uploaded.
Yeah.
I respect their decision as well.
Yeah, of
So,
course. Yeah. And if anyone has any questions on the live stream, hopefully you can hear us from here. But if you have any questions, let us know and we will answer them, won't we?
if you have any question, you can ask. You know,
Yeah.
I don't mind. But we cannot see that.
We can't see right now, but we'll come and look after. But a question I have for you then, in terms of like the technical side of things, I've got a camera at home, to be honest. I try and take photos. I don't even really know where to start in terms of like lighting or creating the perfect photo really. So what would you say is the perfect photo in terms of like the technical side of things, the lighting, everything, composition, and also like your subject? What's your
Everything matters. Especially if you talk about lighting, yes, lighting matters a
Yeah.
lot. You know, your light. As I said, I just take pictures in a natural light, so I don't use any light. You know, because you know that people are in rush, people are just walking. They only give me like 2-3 minutes to take a picture. So yes, lighting means a lot. So if it's really sunshine, like shiny day, sunny day, like, you know, I try to take them on the shed, somewhere like, you know, shade or something. There's no sun, but I always take pictures where the sun is coming on their face. It's nice to take a picture. That's a lighting wise, basically this is like ambient light, you know.
Yeah.
And the second, if you talk about the technical side of the photography, there's a 3 things. It's a basic thing, you know, like f-stop.
Yes.
You know.
I still like, honestly, I literally went to university to study
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff, and I still don't even know like shutter speed and everything like that. It still confuses me.
So f-stop, shutter speed, and ISO.
Yeah.
And white balance. These 4 things, you know, you have to manipulate, like, you know,
Yeah.
depending on the situation.
Yeah.
So for example, if I'm here, you know, like my ISO might be like 600-700, maybe 1000. If I'm outside, my ISO will be only 100. So it's all depend. If somebody is like watching your videos, if they knows about camera, they probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know?
I really should, but it always goes over my head.
So f-stop is like the lower the f-stop,
Yeah.
you get the better depth of field.
Yeah.
You know. So as I said, like, you know, if somebody is watching your video, if they knows about the camera, they will know what is the f-stop.
They'll know, yeah.
So I'll always try to take a pictures as low f-stop as I can, so that everything in background will be blurred out. And shutter speeds, of course, higher. If somebody is moving around or something, that it can still capture the sharp image.
And what editing software do you edit your photos then?
Yes, I did myself. So I use 2 softwares, Photoshop and Photoshop, if somebody have a mark or anything on the face or something
Yeah.
like this. and I use Lightroom as well.
Yeah, very good. And then, is your camera behind me or not? No.
Camera's
What camera do you have?
I have a Nikon Z6.
Okay.
But that's not. If you talk about the camera, that's my probably fourth camera.
Right.
They're
an investment, aren't they? The cameras.
To be honest, this is the time to change now.
Yeah.
I bought it about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You won't believe, I bought it for about $2,000. And I went to the shop, like there's a shop in Belfast for trade in the camera. They only giving me like £250.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, are you being serious?
Yeah.
And this camera is really good. Like it's a mirrorless camera. It's like new technology basically. It's not really old camera.
Yeah. And then in terms of Belfast and like Northern Ireland and the opportunities, then have there been anything that you've been able to do, like any courses here or any, you know, like funded schemes that you can do to kind of develop your skills? Has there been anything, or have you just done this all by yourself really?
To be honest, like since I finished my university and since I finished Manchester, you know, and after that I think so YouTube is the best teacher.
Yeah.
It's still like, if I have any problem with the, like in terms of settings, I just Google it or just YouTube is the best teacher, you know.
Yeah. And you spoke to me before, you said you do taxi driving as well, and I'm sure there's probably similarities in the stories. I know even if I get into a taxi, I'm chatting away with the driver and they'll always tell me like, oh, I hear so many stories, you know, because they meet so many people. I'm sure photography is kind of the same. Is there a favourite story that you've heard in your work as a taxi driver or in your work in photography? What has been kind of the most striking story that you remember?
Yeah, to be honest, as a photographer, in a taxi, there's just that kind of story I don't want to share because like people are drunk, you know, what they're talking, they're drunk, so forget about that. As a photographer, yes, loads of nice stories and sad stories as well.
Yeah.
You know, some nice, lovely stories like if I met a girl, she's like, oh, I'm really glad you approached me because I'm getting married after a few months, you know, and I have a lovely pictures for myself, this and that. And sometimes I met people, and I met a one girl. She's just really heartbreaking. You've seen the video. She said to me like her boyfriend passed away. You know, and it was just like so hard to absorb that kind of stories.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you kind of go home and you're still thinking about that. But I'm sure you speaking with her raised her kind of confidence, and to have those photos mean a lot to her.
As soon as I said, like, you know, she DM'd me and I sent her the picture. She was so happy to see the picture, you know. And then one more time, back in like I would say last year, I was in a home, like, you know, like old age home. Yeah. Yeah. So they approached me. They said to me, we have a man, like he's over 90. Yeah. And he wants to, because we show him your videos, he wants to be part of your video. So he was in Bambridge actually. Yeah. So I was there. He was waiting for me. Yeah. I was so stressed. I was nearly crying after that. You know, because he was hardworking man, like, you know, 90 plus. I hope he's still alive, you know. And I was talking to him. He was so nice, so jolly, telling me about his stories and all that, how he his working life, when he got married, he have kids, they're all away. They still come and see him, you know, once a week, twice a week. But it's so heartbreaking, like, you know, that.
Yeah, and how did he come across you then?
Actually, one of the staff was following me. And
they
showed their picture, they showed my video to him, and he said to me, yes, I want to meet him.
Oh, and that was good of you to go down there as well.
I was just down the road from Port in Bambridge, you know. I was there. It was so amazing experience. So amazing.
My favourite video was the video that you took the photo of the policewoman.
That was
I can't believe that she did it, to be honest.
I was like, as soon as I approached her, I'm like, I know you, I follow you. And I was like, why you follow?
Yeah, I couldn't believe she did it. It's amazing to see though. Yeah.
And you know what happened like a few weeks ago? I was living in Port. I was living in Port, so I was driving towards Lurgan. Yeah. There was a police check on the street, so like sometime. Right. So they stopped me and they asked me.
See the hair?
They asked me, can I have a license? I showed their license. I think, your name is Ali Syed. Are you the same guy making TikToks? I said, yeah.
You didn't take any photos that day then?
I really wanted to, like, you know, but they weren't like.
No way.
But this thing shows like social media, like it's very small world, you know, and everybody knows you. and they were like following me as well.
Yeah,
Police
yeah.
were follow me on my Instagram.
Wow. And then the kid as well. He came up with his mum, and he
Yes, yeah.
I loved that one as well. It did well. I mean, it meant a lot to him that you. Did you approach them, or did they approach you that time?
No, basically she said to me like my son watched your videos all the time. So yeah, so that's fine. I'll take your pictures.
I'm sure. Does your family kind of want you to take photos of them then? Are they like, we wanna be on this?
Well, to be honest, like most of my videos are in English.
Yeah.
They don't really understand English.
Oh,
But,
but they can see you're doing well. They just maybe
Yeah.
go, oh, no way. So in terms of Instagram and all your social media platforms, did you go into all of this with a strategy and think, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is the action plan, or did you just start
See, at
posting?
the start there wasn't any action plan.
Yeah.
But see now, yes, I'll tell you. So what happened? Like, see as I said, like was when I started uploading the videos, first few months, 3, 4, 5 months were like 200 views, 300 views.
Yeah.
It was really heartbreaking. Like,
It's disheartening.
and then eventually, what happened? Like, upload one video that went viral.
Yeah.
And since then, what happened? And
What was
since
that?
then,
Which one was that?
that was the first ever video
Mm.
I approached this teenager couple on Belfast
Yes.
City Hall.
Yes.
I was got about 100k views.
Wow.
That was amazing. And since then,
That's small numbers to you now.
yeah,
And so for social media then, like, do you have a tactic of like, do you go in with a marketing plan? Like, have you got people you chat
yes.
to about this?
Now what happened? Like, as I said, like before, because you know that as being a social media like content creator, you don't make money out of it like TikTok or Instagram. But hopefully in future, like like same like YouTube, people get money like with the views.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really happen on Instagram.
And TikTok, there's like the
TikTok
creative
is
fund,
very
isn't
very
it?
little money, like
Yeah.
because very little money is that you can make a living out of it.
Mm.
I thought it will, but it's not, to be
Yeah.
honest. So what I do, like I try to approach businesses,
Mm.
small businesses. Probably if you have seen my Instagram or
Mhm.
TikTok, there's like few business videos there as well.
You did one recently this week or
Yeah,
last
for
week.
what for barbers? No.
Yeah. Was it maybe?
Oh, for gym. Sorry.
Yes, the gym. Yes,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
it was.
So I got loads of messages like this, do you want to come and approach, do you want to come and like, do some collaboration and all that. So the best video I've done so far for the collaboration is when I was in Turkey.
Mm.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, like,
Yeah.
I was fully paid and everything,
Yeah.
nice 5-star hotel. That was a collaboration, it was really good. And the one in Belfast,
Yeah.
East Belfast.
Yes.
No, not East Belfast, Shankill.
This is the gym.
No. Shankill was alternatives,
Right.
It's like they teach kids,
Mm.
they teach children, teenagers, like probably develop their skills and
Mm.
all that. So it was in Shankill. That was really good as well, collaboration.
And is that where you kind of want to go down? Is collaborating with small businesses, kind of
That's
making
what I
these
would-
ventures?
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Like as I said, like maybe like as a wedding photography or event photography and corporate stuff like
Mm.
this. People will approach me if they can.
Yeah.
Just they can DM me and for work, then for book me basically, and then of course like small collaborations, this new openly business.
Mm.
Probably I had a couple of inquiries as well from a few restaurants in Belfast. So hopefully I'll probably make a
Mm.
deal with somebody.
Yeah, and if you had if your wildest dream could come true in terms of your career, what would it be? Because I feel like even your persona, you're so attached to your photography now. Would you like to get in front of the camera yourself and do any presenting work, anything like that?
Yes, I don't know yet, but to be honest, I love photography. I love taking pictures. Sometimes what happened if you ask me, do you have any photos? I hardly any pictures in my phone for myself.
Yeah.
But I always take a pictures. So if you ask me what do you want to do in the future, I always want to be behind the camera.
Yeah.
I don't mind to be in front of the camera as well if I want to present anything or making my YouTube channel for something other. I don't know yet, I have no plans, but as I love photography, I love videography as well. So maybe take this more further, more corporate work.
Yeah.
Make a living out of it,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
As I said, I don't really earn money through
Mm.
social media at the minute. I have to drive taxi.
Yeah.
So basically, I have to find time in between my photography and my taxi to just come to Belfast all the time to take pictures and go home and edit, editing and all that. So if I would be like, working as a photographer somewhere full time, would be great,
Yeah. In terms of your followers and building that following, do you feel like you've created a relationship with your followers? Do you get messages? Do you get back to
Yeah.
people? Tell me about that.
See, to be honest, sometimes I get loads of messages. Not nearly every day I got 15-20 messages. If you go on my DM, like 500 messages on my Instagram
Yeah.
and over 1,000 messages on TikTok.
Yeah.
But
Wow, that's crazy, isn't it?
But the thing is that
What do they say?
just I always tell people, like, if you have any questions about me, about photography, about collaboration, about anything, just even write your question just in one line.
Yeah.
But if you just write hello or hi, it's really hard to get
Yeah.
back to them,
Has to be back and forth then for a
Yeah.
while until you're able to
Yeah.
get a conversation.
If somebody is writing hello, like, I cannot reply to them like 30 messages, 40 messages a day.
Yeah.
If somebody, I always, whenever I go live on TikTok or Instagram, I always tell people, if any questions, just write, please.
What would you say to people who want to get into, this creative sphere, and like even me starting podcasting, it's still something I'm trying to get off the ground. What advice would you have for creators who are trying to kind of get started?
My personal own experience, if you ask me, see that as I said, like first few months, I would say first 6 months are really hard.
Yeah.
But it's just matter of one video. If you want your first video go viral, then you don't look back. Then you just keep following But again, like, everybody wants a success. You have to find your niche first as well. And I would say, if you find your niche, stick with your niche.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, a podcast or making comic video, making comedy videos, or whatever you want to do.
It's good advice.
Just stick with your niche. Do not look here and there. Just stick with it. As you say, like, I have over 300 or nearly over 350 videos. Almost 300 of my videos. 300 is like almost a year, like. So
yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that video, I never look here. Always just photography. And of course, then I start to build up my audience. Now I have my audience. Now I can upload different things as well. But again, sometimes you have a bad patch as well. Like I had a bad patch as well. Like sometimes you don't get the views straight away, but you have to keep doing it, and trust me, like, it will happen.
Yeah.
If you stick with your plan, stick with your niche, it will happen. It's not a rocket science.
Yeah.
It's not a rocket science at all whatsoever.
I find that, like, I've recently tried to start TikTok to just kind of tell people about me and draw them to the podcast, and that podcasting is what I mainly want to do. But you can be so tempted to go and start nearly trying to do like influencer videos just to kind of draw people into your content. But I like what you say about sticking to your craft. I can relate to that, because I do find myself, I find that a lot of people who start doing like days in their life videos or outfit videos, they tend to blow up, whereas what you're saying is good advice. Is if you want to be known, what it is you want to be known for, you need to post it.
If somebody wants to follow you or follow me, why they will follow me? Because if they want to see the photography, that's why they're following me, because they want to see the pictures. If somebody is following you because they want to see the podcast, they want to see the how you're talking, who's your guest and all that, But imagine, like, if I'm doing photography and I start changing to the vlog channel, people will unfollow me.
Yeah.
Because they follow me why they follow me? Because of photography, because they want to see like how Ali's work, how Ali's taking pictures and all that, That's why they follow me. So I would say stick with your niche. Do not look here and there, and you'll get success. No problem.
So who inspires you then? What photographers, or do you look to photographers?
Yes, there's a few photographers actually. There's the one I loads of photographers I follow. And there's a guy called, he's from Vietnam or something, Ep.30.
Right.
He's an amazing photographer.
Yeah.
He doesn't do like street photography.
Yeah.
He's like a wedding photographer. But his pictures are like piece of art.
Yeah.
You see the picture, like, I don't know how come he take the pictures. How he take the pictures. So he's my I would say like my inspiration. Ep.30. And then there's a few guys like they do very similar stuff. Like his DJ Photoholic.
Right.
I think so. He's in America. And the guy called Dino.
Right.
He's Italian. So that's basically these 2-3 photographers I start to watch on Instagram first before I start doing my own myself.
Your work, it also reminds me of, have you seen Humans of New York before? It's basically where they photograph people and they write their stories beneath, and they take beautiful photos of people and tell all the diverse stories of people in New York. But it's kind of like you've brought a lot of that spirit to Belfast, and you can see how people just really embrace that, and it's so much fun. But in terms of like press and stuff, then now everything, I suppose you'll be getting noticed. You'll be asked for press interviews. You said you did an interview with Belfast Live,
Yeah,
wasn't
Belfast Telegraph.
it? Belfast Telegraph. How was
That was
that?
amazing. There was a girl called Jessica.
Mhm.
You know, she messaged me on Instagram. She said to me, Ali, I've seen your work. But like she was, I think, it's about 7-8 months ago.
Mm.
Christmas time.
Yeah.
It's almost like 8-9 months ago. She messaged me like, I've seen your work, I've seen your TikTok.
Mm.
You know, would you mind just can I take your interview and all that? I said it would be amazing. That was my first ever
Mm.
interview with Ali, with Belfast Telegraph. That was absolutely amazing experience.
Yeah.
You know?
And when people think of you, then what is it that you want them to associate with your work? Say years down in the future, what do you want kind of not to be remembered for? That's a long way away, but like what do you want people to associate when they think of you and your photography?
I want that people will just remember me, like you know, as a good person, as a photographer, as a basically like you know, as you said, like you know, Belfast had a like time with troubles and all that, and now Belfast starting to have like so much multicultural cities, and then multicultural people like and all that, you know, loads of visitors, and they will remember, they will whenever they will see my video, they're like this guy from Pakistan, you know, and then I've seen this video, like being a Pakistani, you know, and I really want them to recognize my own country as well, you know.
Yeah.
Here.
What does I feel very passionately about being Irish, but what does being Pakistani mean to you, and kind of showing your culture and representing your country as well? What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Basically, you know that imagine like you know if you are an Irish person, if you go somewhere else, you know, like somebody like I stop you like a man in America, I've seen your podcast. I'm very from Israel, I'm from Ireland.
Yeah.
You will feel proud, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same here, like you know, as I said, I play cricket as well.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so I play cricket. So whenever people ask me where you from, I'm from Pakistan. They say, oh yes, Pakistan is very good in cricket.
Yeah.
You must be really good.
Yeah.
I try to be good, you know, but I don't know if I'm not. Same with the photography, you know, that being a Pakistani, like living in Northern Ireland, you know, that whenever they see me, they're like Pakistani Irish guy, you know, or like
Yeah.
something like this.
And then this is maybe a bit of like a lofty question, but I mean, sometimes I think back to who I was as a child, and I think, that my younger self will be happy. I'm trying to pursue this career. What do you think of the younger you, and what would they think if he's seen what you're doing today?
To be honest, when I was young, I wanted to be a cricketer.
Yeah.
I wanted to play for Pakistan.
Yeah. He'd be raging then.
Really wanted to play cricket.
Yeah.
To be honest, it was. I think so. Cricket is in our blood. You know,
Mm.
I was very good when I was young.
Yeah.
Very very good. You know, but as I said, like you know, everything's happened for a reason.
Yeah.
So I came here when I was only 21. Then I was playing cricket in Manchester, all over England. Then I wanted to be a photographer as well. I was like, these two things I really wanted to be. And I'm so happy, I'm so glad, you know, I'm a photographer now.
Well, to anyone listening, we need to someone needs to scout you for a cricket team. Do we have a cricket team in Belfast?
I play already.
Do you? What
So
team do you play for?
I play for Lurgan.
Oh, do you? Oh, no way.
It's
very
almost
good.
like, 7-8 years, you know.
Oh, wow, okay. Good, very good. And look, do you have any parting thoughts, anything you want to kind of leave the listeners with to think about or to remember you from this episode?
Well, to be honest, like, as I said earlier, whatever your goals, life goals, just stick with it. Life is too short and life is hard, and people are, like, if you have a friends, spend time with them, spend time with the family, as being as I said, like, my mom passed away a few years ago, and I wish she would be here, because almost I'm here 16 years. I only met her 7-8 times in the last 16 years.
Yeah.
So my advice is, if you have a family, if you have parents, your brothers, sisters, spend time with them as long as you can, and in terms of anything, if you want to be, doesn't matter if you want to be a social media artist or if you want to be any education, anything you want to be, just stick with it, and success will follow you. It's the only thing, like, it's not hard, that's the problem, but the problem is, it's really hard to stick with it, because you feel disappointed, You know, like you feel like disheartened as well.
Can be discouraging.
It's the same thing
Yeah.
happened to me. Like, you know, so in last 2 years since I'm doing the photography, so first year was amazing, and then 6 months was like I wasn't getting any views, and I was like, I'm not gonna upload anything now. Just forget about it. You know, just I don't want to do this anymore. But then eventually, what happened? Like I start to upload again, then
Yeah.
might blow my account again.
Yeah.
So
It makes me sad to think that, because your photography means a lot to people in Belfast. It'd be very sad. People would miss you if
no, I don't want to leave it.
yeah,
you
they
know,
would, but they would miss you if you stopped. Because I was in Belfast the other day, and I was telling you, I was looking for you. I was like, where's Ali?
Yeah, I wouldn't stop it. You know, I wish I would be living in Belfast.
Yeah.
Then I could go to Belfast every day.
Yeah. What about Derry as well, or you go Dublin? Have you?
I've been to
considered-
Dublin. Yeah,
Have
actually, Dublin is a really good experience in
Yeah.
Dublin. I've
Yeah.
been to Dublin. It was an amazing experience. Actually, I approached the police officer,
Yeah.
Garda, you call it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I approached Garda there as well.
What they say?
Yeah, so we have
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I
yeah,
got
I've seen
millions of views, you know.
I haven't seen that one.
2.4 million views
Yeah,
on
wow,
the Garda's page.
wow.
People are very nice there as
Yeah.
well. Very similar, I would say.
Yeah.
But again, it's probably a big city.
Mm.
People are in rush.
Yeah.
So you have to be like, if it's a nice sunny day, you have to stop somewhere like someone.
People are chilling
People
out.
are chilling out,
Yeah.
having a coffee, or somewhere sitting in a park, or sitting in a like bench somewhere. Like
Mm.
if somebody's walking, you don't want to stop them.
Yeah.
And then you know, like they're in rush.
Yeah. Thank you so much for doing this. This means so much to me, honestly. It's-
Lovely to meet you as well,
Yeah.
and in the studios, you know.
Yes, it's been amazing.
It's beautiful atmosphere, nice atmosphere here.
Yeah, it's
Very
lovely.
nice.
We're in
It's
Ballyclare
amazing.
today, so if you ever, for all of your podcasting needs, you should come down here. It's amazing. Everyone's been so nice. I've even got to display my on-air sign. I got this in London,
I
Brick
forget-
Lane.
I didn't forget my camera still in my bag.
Yeah, Ali was going to put his camera up there, but you know, the thought was there. But yeah, thank you so much, and thank you to anyone who listened to my podcast, or as we say in Irish, Gora Mayogat. So Gora Mida Mayogat for coming on to my podcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you, guys.